Hey, my low carb method with radical accountability for weight loss for women over 50 is the topic for today that I wanted to discuss with you because I was inspired yesterday after a call with my client, and it got me thinking about how I wanted to share this because without that accountability, and mine is radical, sometimes we can't get the weight loss we're looking for, or maybe we will start a low carb diet and we think the low carb diet doesn't work for us and we're worried that we're going to gain all the way back. And so there's a lot of mental anguish that goes on. I've been there, you've been there. We're women. We worry about the weight stall, the weight gain. Are we going to lose the weight? What are we going to do? How are we going to fit into the clothes we want to wear? And it's a lot of stress. But what if you could take that stress away and have a more stress-free weight loss experience and get on your weight loss journey and not have to worry about the destination, because you're going to be guided and given radical accountability and more, because that's my vision for you, to live life as an adventure like I'm living my life as an adventure, and for you to join me and to feel free in your body, to feel beautiful in your body, and to get the health that you want so that you can live life as an adventure, so you can stay active and start walking and hiking and feeling amazing in your body. And you know, I'm sure you're going to get results with my weight loss process, with my low carb method, because it's an experience that you get to have without the mental anguish, without the worry about whether or not what you're eating is going to be the right food for your body. Because when we run 6 diagnostic labs, find your hidden healing opportunities and weight loss blocks, and we dial in what your food sensitivities are based on a low carb diet and an anti-inflammatory diet. Because as I was working with a client the other day, a couple of things came up, because it comes up with a couple of different clients off and on. But one of the things that came up was, you eat off of the diet plan, which is an anti-inflammatory low carb diet. So if you eat within that range of foods, you're going to get the weight loss results you're looking for. But when you stray a little bit, and you don't realize you're straying sometimes, and a little bit of food pops in here and there, but it sometimes can cause gas and bloating. It could cause some water retention and some weight gain. And then you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to gain the weight back. This isn't going to work. And so that can be a problem, and it makes us feel really scared, because if you're like me and you're overweight your whole life, and you get to the point where it's been your lifelong goal and you really want to lose this weight, or maybe you've never been able to lose the weight and you really want to lose the weight now finally as a woman over 50, because we just don't want to look the way we look at 50. We want to start living life and feeling beautiful again, or maybe for the very first time. And so, but doing this on your own can be really hard, because that's, when I first started my weight loss journey in my mid-30s, I had to read all the books and try to figure all this out, live all the diets, and I never got healthy to lose the weight, and I still maintained depression. So it wasn't until I actually started eating an anti-inflammatory diet with my low carb method process, and when I took out the food sensitivity foods that was causing me to have inflammation and to have more of a leaky gut, an inflamed gut, and brain fog. Because if you don't have that energy, you can't focus on having a really good weight loss experience. And so you want to look at what you're doing with your everyday diet as an experience and a weight loss journey, as something you can make easy shifts in your diet and lifestyle, so that you can create a new lifestyle for yourself based around specific ideals and goals that you have. And your goal this year is going to be beautiful and to lose that 20 to 30 pounds, and you can do that. My process will help you get there, because I give you radical accountability. And so as a woman over 50 with my low carb method, you're going to get radical accountability, because you're going to be trusting me to help guide you to get the results that you want, so that you are going in the right direction and you're not scared. You're not worried. I take that all away from you, and I will, if you've got a symptom, if you've got something that happened, we talk it out weekly. I find out what your wins are, what's going well, what's not going well, so that you don't have to struggle. There's no reason you need to struggle with the weight loss when there's people out here like me. And if you don't resonate with me, there's somebody else out there that you could resonate with. But just get into the change. Find the low carb method that's going to work for you, so that you feel good in your body and you don't feel scared to go forward and to change, because we're going to change. When I was 225 pounds, when I was 185 pounds, I was a different person, but I didn't like that person. I didn't want to be anxious, depressed, stuck in stress, not living life, didn't feel beautiful, couldn't wear the clothes in my closet. I didn't want to be that person. So I changed and I kept going, but I had to have that radical accountability by reading books, understanding what I am doing with my body and that it was safe, and following the people who were successful before me, who had the success, who had the weight loss, who understood it, and who knows that it's safe. That made me feel safe. And that makes me feel comfortable in my weight loss journey and my experience that I had when I was on a low-carb diet losing the weight. But you know what? It took me over 7 years of learning this on my own, following people for accountability, because I didn't know everything I needed to know all at once, and I had to I had to develop it. I had to go through it and live it, and it did take me 7 years. But it's interesting that in the last 2 years, I dropped the last 30 pounds with effortlessness, because all of a sudden, I was more in tune with my body. I'd studied up and understood and know exactly what I needed to do to be getting the stress under control, because it's not just diet, it's circadian balance, it's grounding, it's sunlight, it's all of that. And if you check out my latest reel, please go back and look at it because it got some low views. But it's basically a lifestyle thing, because if you can't figure out the whole experience and develop a whole journey, the weight loss may not come off. And if it does come off and you're treating this as a diet, it might rebound and come back. And so when you're working with me, I've got all of that in the back of my mind. I've got you. I am guiding you. I am there to give you that peace of mind so that you feel comfortable in your body. That's radical accountability. You get weekly calls with me, and you get to text in accountability so that we can kind of keep track of each other. Like if you're like all of a sudden somebody had texted me a picture of some ground beef. Is this the right amount of ground beef to eat? And, I'll text back yes or no, or answer a quick question. But it's not about let's chat for 20 minutes. That's something we can do on a call. But for quick check-ins and accountability, I've got you. We've got cell phone contact for that. And so this is huge. Mindset is huge. And, and it's also going into it. Like, I can't help you if you're not in action. And if you want weight loss by summer, if you want to get started and get this low-carb method experience, get some radical accountability and that bulletproof mindset, I'll talk about that on another call. I've got you, because I want you to have that peace of mind. I want you to know that my pain to purpose, to passion for functional health and nutrition, to help people reverse their risk for disease so that you don't have to live with diabetes or Alzheimer's in the future, that you get to have longevity. My promise to you is to guide you and take you with me on this health adventure, this life experience that we are on as women over 50, to turn off those disease-causing genes in our body and to get healthy by using food as medicine and using a low-carb method to keep our insulin levels low. And as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and if I didn't introduce myself earlier, I'm Lori Ballou, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and I use Reed Davis's DRESS practices, where we're going to go over your diet, your rest and your sleep, your exercise and movement, and depending on your hormones as to how much movement or stress or exercise you should be even doing. And then we're going to look under the hood and check out your gut. But it's all going to be about stress and supplementation that's targeted to all the healing opportunities that we find in your body, so that you know exactly what to do to address the weight blocks, or the weight loss blocks in your body. Everybody's going to have different weight loss blocks. Mine was wheat and dairy. And to this day, like the other day I did a video and I was thinking, I'm having congestion from chocolate. But you know what? I had a piece of cheese. And I'm red sensitive to dairy. And every now and then I forget that. I have cheese left over in my fridge from Christmas, so I've been nibbling at it. And every now and then when I have some Gouda, it will cause me to have congestion. Not so much with Parmesan. I don't notice it. It could be just the quantity. But normally I'm okay with Parmesan as long as I keep it minute. And so those are a lot of the details that I go over with my clients is, okay, what are you eating? What's causing inflammation? So if you've gained a couple of pounds, let me know what you're eating and what you're doing, and let's go over this. This is not your fault. This is water weight retention. This is something that we can control. Just get right back on track. You're okay. Everything's fine. Let's just, get back on track with your food sensitivities, and let's get this weight back down again. And as your body, when you're looking at weight loss, you might see like a graph that goes like this. and then it goes over, down, over, down. And over time, you're going to see this jig-jag puzzle. And you might feel like you're in a stall, but over time, you're going to continue to go down. I have lost 100 pounds. And this is over a period of, I'm not even sure anymore, because I started my weight loss journey in my mid-30s. I would lose 60 pounds, gain it back, lose it, gain 100. I've lost a lot of weight off and on. The trick is, can we keep it off? Can you find what's causing your weight gain and keep the weight off with information and DNA signaling to your body, so that you know to keep your insulin levels low, because as women over 50, we do have higher insulin levels because of our low estrogen levels. And so those are some things we need to pay attention to. And so I run a metabolic analysis with every one of my clients, and then we take a look at all the symptoms that are going on in your body, and we're going to address those. And I'm going to keep them in mind. And then at the end of the program, we're going to do another one, and we're going to see what the changes are, because I went over a retest with a client the other day, and oh my gosh, so many good changes. And she could see that there were changes, and that she has improved by well over 100 points on her metabolic analysis. I forgot exactly how much it was, but it was well over 100 points, from 500 down to 300, so almost 200 points. Because if you go into your doctor and you've got 500 symptoms that you're not even understanding that there are a whole bunch of different types of symptoms in your body, and that doctor is going to treat one symptom. Each doctor treats a symptom. But what's the underlying root cause of your dysfunction, of your metabolic dysfunction? And so with my low carb method, which is a holistic low carb method, you not only get radical accountability and weekly check-ins, you're getting weight loss after 50, because I did lose my last 60 pounds in menopause after 50 as a woman in menopause. So we cannot say that we can't lose weight in menopause or after 50, because we can. It's just not going to work the way it worked in your 20s and 30s because of your hormone fluctuations. And so that's why I run a Dutch hormone panel, to see what those fluctuations are doing and see what we can tighten up and what we can keep in mind as we're designing your personalized nutrition plan within a low carb diet range, so that you know what to do. And when I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I was thinking about the call that I had with my client, I had asked her at the end of her call, what were your takeaways? And she said, "Thank God for you. Thank you for being with me with my weight loss. I so appreciate you." Oh my gosh, that made me feel so good. And it kept me, every time I woke up last night, because I did have a more rapid heart rate eating later at night last night, and I'm troubleshooting that to see if it's what I eat or the time that I eat. And it's an interesting process to be able to kind of troubleshoot that too. But when I would wake up, I kept thinking, oh, I need to do a live on this, because other women need to know that you don't have to be alone. You don't have to struggle. You can have that radical accountability and get results quicker than the 7 years it took me to get all my weight loss off. And to understand what you're doing so that you have permanent weight loss, and so that this is not a temporary diet plan. It is more of an experience, more of making the right shifts in your diet and lifestyle so that you have permanent weight loss and you don't regain it back. And so that means too building muscle. Like, what do you need to do to build a muscle? Those are all the things I'm going to guide you in with my low carb method, because it works. And I'm super excited to know that my client is excited that she's getting the results, and that and she let me know she was worried, because that's the other thing, is you need to let me know information too. If you're worried about something and all of a sudden you gain 2 pounds back, I need to know that. Like, what is going on in your diet or lifestyle that could have created a 2-pound weight gain when you've just had 15 pounds. So let's just take a look at this. And so being able to give you the reassurance, give you that peace of mind, and guide you in the right direction so that you don't have to worry about those things. Other than, yes, it is your diet and your lifestyle, your experience, and you do have to fix your food. You do have to prepare your food. I'm there as your guide, your health adventure practitioner, to see that you get to enjoy this and that it's not too stressful for you, that you have peace of mind, that you can enjoy. Like one of my other clients said, she had enjoyed her meal. She explained what she cooked to me. She goes, I just felt like a chef. And she feels really good when she cooks a great meal and she feels like a chef, that makes her feel like she's special. And so all of those things make me feel good that the journey that you guys are on is working for you, because I don't specifically tell you exactly what to eat. I give you guidelines along what you need to eat. And then we take your food sensitivity test and make sure you don't eat the foods you're sensitive to. And then I also make sure you don't eat things that are inflammatory, because if you eat foods that are toxic and inflammatory, you will put on body fat, because that's what your body's designed to do. If you're getting toxins and coming into your diet, your body's going to create more body fat, or it's going to create water retention while it's in that process. And so that was how I was reassuring my client, let's get back on track. Let's make sure that what the food you're eating is not inflammatory. So I'm always double checking to see what your mayonnaises look like, what your salad dressings look like, what quality of the food you're eating, where is inflammation coming from, or do you have too much histamine? Are you eating histamine-rich foods? I mean, maybe you had some blue cheese and you're histamine intolerant, and that's all of a sudden causing you weight gain. I need to remind you of those things, and I will, because it's going to come out. And if I forget on the call, I'm going to text you and let you know, like, I was troubleshooting something with a client of mine from yesterday, and the question that she had, we were troubleshooting it. I got listening to a podcast today, I heard the answer. I kind of like, this could be an answer to what she needed to know. So I sent that along to her. And it's like, yes, let's just make sure you're getting your minerals, you're getting your hydration. This is going to help where you are with what you're struggling with. And so that's what I'm super excited about. And to have all of this lived experience that I have understand completely, that I've fully internalized, that I can turn around and give to you, is huge. And for myself, if I had had this one, it would have been priceless for me to have this information when I was younger, so I didn't have to lose out on my 30s and 40s. And I'm so grateful that my client Janina doesn't have to lose out on her 40s, because she's doing it earlier. And it makes my heart sing to know that I'm helping somebody in her 30s get their life on track so they don't have to suffer. Because even though I specialize in women over 50, I love working with somebody in their 30s, because I can help you reverse that PCOS and get your body back on track, because you don't have to suffer. I didn't know that information when I was younger. So these are all things that, I'm going to continue to help guide you in and give you the experience that you need to have. And we never know exactly what your experience is going to be. 9 days Isabel is out of pain and 30 pounds of weight loss in her 6-month period. And Mark is down 70 pounds. It took him a couple of years, but he doesn't have to live with diabetes anymore. And V was so excited to kick sugar to the curb and to feel empowered and to just enjoy my enthusiasm in understanding that she needed support, and to be able to see all the labs laid out in front of her so she knows exactly what she needed to do, and someone to guide her in the right direction so she didn't have to panic about her health, and that she knew that she was on the right track. And so that's another type of situation and experience that people can get on. But it is just so exciting to me to hear my clients say that my enthusiasm, that my experience, that my knowledge is giving them their life back, that they're getting their smiles back. I wrote down a couple of quotes of some people that have been insane. Like one of my clients mentioned, I told her that there's a mentor that I have that I'm like, I can't live without this mentor. I really, really, really need her. She's my nervous system regulator. And when you're building a business and you're out here all the time, we need to be turned on. We need to be able to focus on growth. And this focus on growth for me is my growth for you as well, so that you can get into the adventure and live your life the best way that you can, and to live badass and get the body back that you want. And so for me to also be the person that I'm showing up to be, I also have a mentor. I have a nervous system psychologist that I work with, and she's amazing. And so I mentioned that to one of my clients, and she goes, oh my God, I feel like that with you. I can't live without you. And so that just, those things really make a person feel like what we're doing is worthwhile. And then another one said, I have another client that I just like, I think you really need to do this. And I was a little like, you have to do this if you're going to get the results you want. And I needed to remind her of that. And then I'm like, I hope that was okay to say it, because I was a little on the strong side, and I don't want to, I don't want to bully. I just want to guide you in the right direction. But you know what she told me, which made me feel really good too? She goes, that's what I'm paying you for, because I understand exactly what you need to do. And that was very empowering for me to hear her say that, because she needed me to say that. I am almost tearing up right now, because that made me feel really good to know that I'm in the right direction, and the experience that each client gets is going to be a little different. And I'm going to show up for you in all my glory and all my lived experience and all my education. And every day and everything I hear and read is going to go into your lifestyle, into the experience that you're going to have in my low carb method with this radical accountability. That was my cat. And so you are going to get what you need to get your weight loss results. And if you don't get the weight loss results right away, I've got a satisfaction guaranteed. And in the very beginning, we're going to find out exactly what it is that you're looking to do. A lot of the times, people just don't want to die. They want that 20 years of life back, to live the life they want to live, to get down on the ground and play with their grandchildren. It's priceless. To get out and walk on the beach and go for a hike and go camping, to have an amazing vacation, to get that beautiful Cinderella body back. All of my clients have said things like this. These are all priceless. Because when you look at this investment that you're making in your life to lose the weight and get your life back after 50, you can live into your 60s or you can live into your 90s. And those studies out there that show that you can have 20 years more of life if you take control of what you're doing to your body, it's out there. That's what I'm doing for myself. No disease at 61. I think I look pretty good. What do you think? I did put some foundation on, but this is my face that I put on, and it makes me feel good, because at 61, I could feel gorgeous. I feel beautiful in my body, but you know what? It's for the very first time in my life, because I was overweight all of my life, and I like who I've become. And that was part of the other thing of this weight loss experience. When we lose weight and we're stuck in the identity that we've had, that we've been overweight for so many years, we are going to be a new person, but we're going to love the new person we're going to be. We're going to have so much more confidence. We're going to look in that mirror and just feel so good about ourselves. It's okay to change and be a new person, because we're going to feel more confident and more beautiful, and we're going to be able to get out and do more things. That is changing who we are. But you know what? That grows your hippocampus. That grows your brain when you do things like this. If you didn't do anything and you sat back and stayed the same and made no changes to your diet or lifestyle, you shrink your brain. And if you don't know how much fat and protein to eat, your muscles shrink, your bones shrink, you get frailty, and you end up with sarcopenia, which is muscle loss. And then we end up living in a nursing home alone. And I don't want that for anybody. I want everybody to join me on my health adventure lifestyle, to build the best body that we can build, to be beautiful in our body, and to live our best life. Flip the sugar switch, turn off those disease-causing genes in our body, and live our best life as best we can. There's no guarantees of how much time we have left, but let's live it to the best we can. That's my promise to you. That's what I want to guide you into. And when my client said, "I'm so thankful for you," yesterday, it made my heart feel so much better, and I'm going to start crying again. And that's why I woke up a couple times last night and had to write this in my phone just in case I forgot. But I wanted to just come out here and give you to this raw and let you know how I am feeling about when I'm working with my clients. I'm putting my whole heart, my whole soul, all my lived experience into your results. Each and every client is going to be different, and you're all going to be special to me. And I love the fact that my client Mary said, just do everything Lori says, because what worked for her was that she followed what I said. She did what I said, and she got, in less than 4 months, she got 30 pounds of weight loss. And, you know, she came to me for just a GI map test. And you know what she needed? She needed my radical accountability, my bulletproof mindset. She needed me to guide her in the direction she needed to go so she can feel strong and get the experience that she invested in. And she got it. And now when she sees other people suffering, she's like, "Oh, you need to work with Lori." So that makes me feel good too. And, you know, and it's funny because I work with an 80-year-old woman in Austin. Her name's Gloria. And every now and then she's like, "Did you charge me? Did you send me my bill? Because I can't live without you yet." And so that's super cool to know that people really do value my work. And I'm saying that only because you don't know me that well yet, but let's get on a 15-minute connection call or a clarity call, and I could just give you a single step that you can focus on? What could be a next step that you could do DIY to get and empower yourself so that you can feel comfortable with that and also get to know me a little bit? So if you would want one of those 15-minute clarity calls, just let me know. But I'm also, I'm only taking 3 women in March for my 6-month signature program experience, my low carb method experience, because that's all the time I have to really spend is getting 3 new clients on board and onboarding you. It's very intensive to do 6 different labs for each client, analyze them, and as well as keep the background work up doing that I'm doing here and showing up on Instagram and putting these links out to LinkedIn. So if you're listening on LinkedIn, I'm there as well, and on YouTube. So if you haven't checked out my latest YouTube video, it's gone viral, so check that out. It's also based on getting started with my low carb method, but this one is specifically on my radical accountability because I am fired up to let you know that you are not alone and you will get results when you work with me. And I've got a satisfaction guarantee that I will work 2 months longer with you if you need extra support to get the minimum amount of weight loss. And so the minimum amount of weight loss is kind of hard to manage because if you don't weigh very much, maybe you're 150 pounds and want to fine tune things, it's hard to say. I had a client that was 150 pounds and she got down to 117 pounds. Karen, good for you. Go for it, girl. I was shocked, but she did it. And then, there's some people who are up at 300 pounds or maybe you're 250 pounds. And so you're going to lose weight faster. And so I can take a look at what your symptoms are, what's going on in your diet and lifestyle. Let's get together on a call and find out. And I can let you know how much weight you can lose. And let's get you jump started for summer. Get that weight loss going. Get out of the weight loss stall. Break that weight loss stall. Stop the weight gain. Get yourself back under control. As a woman over 50, you can have weight loss because my low carb method is a holistic low carb method, and it's an experience that you don't want to go without because you're going to get results this year to really get that body back and to get back in tune. And this is about getting on the ground and playing with your grandkids, or if you're still young with your children, or even having a healthy baby. And this is about getting out and improving relationships, dating again, wearing those beautiful clothes in your closet, getting that Cinderella body back like I did. And like another client, prospective client I was on a call with, that's what she wanted. Because she wants that Cinderella body. Doesn't that sound amazing? So, and then other clients are like, they just want to go shopping in their closet. And then each week they're pulling out another pair of pants and it's fitting. Those are the things that light us up and make life feel worthwhile. To wear the clothes that we want to wear, to feel good in our body. But you know what? It's about energy too. And that's the thing that my radical accountability was going to give you, is I'm going to guide you, not just in diet, but you're going to get your brain health back. You're going to get the brain fog's going to go away. You're going to turn your brain back on. That's what helped me get to where I'm at now. To be who I am now is to have brain power back on. How would you like to be able to go to work, be able to focus, and get more done in less time, not feel ravenous and have to run out and have a sugar fix, and be able to focus and get your job done well? Because when you get on a low carb diet, you're going to improve your brain health. There's actually supplements and tricks that you can do to grow your brain cells. That's called BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factors. See, I am a supplement specialist as well, and you will get targeted supplementation to support you and even a family member, like I did last night. My client asked me for her husband. I said, well, this is what you can do. And so I gave her a, personal supplement protocol for her husband. So she's getting a 2-for-1 and she's excited about that. And, that's okay. That's your time and it's not any bother on my point at that point. So let's get on a clarity call for 15 minutes, get to know me, see what it is that I can help you with. And I also have a belly fat, my belly fat buster mini course. If you want that free guide, a free link to that, let me know and I'll send that to you. Also, I am booking those 60-minute strategy calls that are my onboarding calls. And if we're fit to work together, then I can onboard you and you can see what it's like to be part of my signature low carb weight loss experience, so that you could start getting that weight loss this year and before summer, so you can feel amazing in your body. And I kind of like a question for you guys. I am actually planning a workshop, and it's going to be called Banish Cravings and Crush Weight Loss Before Summer. So I want to plan this on a Sunday or a Monday. I'm thinking on a Sunday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. But I'm curious, listening to that title and knowing that getting your cravings under control is one of the first steps to actually getting and sticking to it. Change and shifting your diet is critical to turn off those sugar cravings and to actually banish the cravings. And I thought it was really cool. The title I came up with is to crush those sugar cravings because before summer, because you can. And so I'm super excited to offer this, and I'm curious if you'd come. Let me know in the comments after I either now and or when I publish this live, because it doesn't let me see what you post here. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, because I'm super excited to be out here and serve you and give you information for free. So, because that's my passion, this is my purpose, and it is my promise to you to give you the information so that you can feel empowered. All of my clients feel empowered. You get to change your life. This is an experience you don't want to go without. And I am here to help you in when you are in action and ready for results. So let's collapse the time it takes to get you healthy, living your best life, losing that weight, and getting out and having an amazing vacation and having that Cinderella body again. Get beautiful and feel amazing. So that's my vision for you. Make life a health adventure. Don't settle for less, guys. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.